Hi, everybody. This is your friend Daniel Hutchins. And today I'm doing a little something different. I'm doing a Talks with Dan combo and a combo which will also include the comic book resources. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys know what I'm going to be doing my weekend. All right, so right now I'm technically in my bed. As you see, I have my posters and my famous posters lineups. I'm actually going on HBO and I'm actually going through and I'm actually watching the documentary life story of whatever happened to Kurt Cobain. I actually am finishing that up. I only am I'm not even halfway through yet. It's only like 2 hours. But yeah, it's going pretty good, y'all. It's going good. Also, this weekend on Saturday, I'm gonna go return back to the Outback Steakhouse. I'm gonna go to Outback Steakhouse on Saturday, and I'm gonna actually try something I haven't had since I was about 17. I'm gonna be having a Goose Island IPA. I know it kind of has like a tangerine type flavor, but it's gonna be really good. I hadn't had one since I was about 17. I only tried it once. Yeah, it was pretty good. But now that's what's going to be what I'm kind of be doing with myself this weekend, sort of, or just should I say what I will be doing with my weekend. So we're going to be kind of switching topics over to comic book resources. Yeah, we're going over to comic book resources, everybody. Okay, you want to know the deleted Joker scenes? Okay, yes, the Matt Reeves Batman movie actually had a deleted Joker scene. Yes, there is a deleted Joker scene that is actually out there on the web, guys. Yes, there is the deleted Joker scene from the Matt Reeves Batman. Yes, the one from that came out this spring. Okay, so Batman's deleted Joker scene is released and has surfaced the web. It also reveals the Gotham's grotesque crown. Because you know what happened in 2016 where there was this big controversy saying all clowns were bad. Well, we're not really talking about that. We're actually more centered more toward or deleted Joker scene and why there was a deleted Joker scene for the Batman. Okay, so we know Warner Brothers has dropped deleted scenes before for lots of their various movies, but most notably from the Batman featuring Bruce Wayne's encounter with the actor Barry Keoghan's Joker. Okay, it's a Joker which kind of slips under your nose sometimes, but the 5 minute clip sees Batman discuss his case with the Riddler and with the Crown Prince of Crime. Later teasing the vigilante comparing the Riddler to the campaign in person as to the Kerrigan's appearance as the Joker, though he is hidden from the theatrical releases. Okay, so HBO Max Penguin spin-off can also bridge the gaps between gangsters and supervillains. I'll probably talk about that next, but okay, so Matt Reeves' Batman has revealed Keoghan's role after the months and rumors of conflict reports. The actor's brother, Eric, who is my friend's best name, my other friend's best name, and also my dad's name, has previously confirmed the Joker is in a deleted scene. He said he's finally out. My brother is playing as the Joker in the new Unreal Batman stuff. Again, it's really cool though. But Keoghan was originally announced as the as a police officer, but again, he was actually quote unquote actually later at the last minute changed to playing the Joker. Okay, so film release the theaters, Keoghan has touched the opportunity to play the iconic villain, even though director Matt Reeves was a brilliant genius and mastermind. And he's added, Matt Reeves and Dylan Clark, especially with the team working together, was amazing to me. Really, really amazing to me. Okay, you're going to be part of the Batman universe, y'all. Then good deal. I'm a fanboy of this stuff. And especially the Batman universe, y'all. And then to the best of the world, I'm still pinching myself, literally pinching myself. And then Batman used some Pattinson early test footage to the very first trailers. Okay, he did test footage like all the new actors who become Batman have to test in different Batman suits. I think I talked about that, on one of the other discussions. You have to go back and find it. I can't really recall, but I know Pattinson had to do a test trial when he did his early screening before he was the Batman. But okay, so even without Batman's iconic nemesis Joker, to the Dark Knight Road Gallery most noted, the last Jokers we seen were Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, and the most underrated Joker from 2016 we know, Jared Leto. But okay, we're not really talking about those Jokers. We're talking about this new Joker that kind of surfaced out of the under. So okay, so he was supposed to be a Gotham defender, even though basically he in the last minute he ended up being placed in as Joker. But the film sees the fledgling hero fighting the serial killer Edward Nygma, we know, the Riddler. He's the king of puzzles and mystery. He draws his clues into why Bruce Wayne and again his secrets involving all the criminal underworld. Now, including we know Penguin and Carmen Falcone, they're kind of like working in cahoots, and then their own family. Again, the mystery also introduces Wayne to Selina Kyle again, who we haven't seen on the screen together since I think Dark Knight Rises, I believe, was the last time we saw a Catwoman on the screen. But okay, so that was a while, guys. That was a long time. So while the Joker never encounters Batman in theatrical release, he does share some notable scenes with the Riddler. He's also locked up in Arkham for his craziness and his insanity. Again, the scene's brief but also establish the two have found a twisted friend in one another. The Batman by Matt Reeves is now in theaters now. If you haven't seen it yet, you can still see it in your local theater. And again, like I said, it's pretty good, y'all. It's good. And again, a lot of people are coming out, a lot of fans are coming out of Batman theaters and saying, "Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good." It kind of has like that kind of like 90s vibe type feel to it. Kind of like it's kind of like punk rock. You take punk rock and you put it in a Batman movie. It's what it is, y'all. You get punk rock and then you kind of mix it. It's like a mix of punk rock and Batman, and you put it all together. You get this cool conglomeration. Okay, so we're gonna go back to comic book resources exclusives, everyone, and we're gonna try to find some more awesome content. Okay, so you want to know what's going on with the Amazing Spider-Man 3? Yes, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 has been addressed in fan campaigns across social media, such as Twitter. We already talked about this sort of, but we're going to rehash it again because it's really notable that we touch base with our friend Spider-Man. Okay, so Sony Pictures' official Twitter account has poked to fund the campaign to hashtag make the Amazing Spider-Man free. In recent tweets promoting No Way Home's digital HD release. Okay, so yeah, if you have got your HD release of the No Way Home, the new Spider-Man movie that came out on December of last year, last season. Okay, so the Sony Pictures social media team acknowledged the fan movement for their studio to make another Spider-Man filming with Andrew Garfield. Now, in recent tweets promoting for the Spider-Man No Way Home release on digital HD, there are some popular hashtags. We know the hashtag Make the Amazing Spider-Man free. Calls to the studio, to Sony, like the directors and presidents and productions of Sony, to produce the Amazing Spider-Man free with Garfield. The Amazing Peter free. Note, yes, there's no hashtag, but again, we decide we made the movies right. We get the social team together and make this happen, y'all. Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield reportedly not done with Marvel. Okay, so Amazing Peter free. Okay, yes, we see in the hashtag, no, we don't decide which movies we get made, but we're just a social team, they say at Sony. Yeah, down at Sony Pictures, yo. Sony Entertainment. People who actually make the PlayStation. People who own the PlayStation. And own the rights to Spider-Man, most naturally. The Spider-Man No Way Home is now on digital and HD and also on Blu-ray on April the 12th. You can follow Spider-Man there, and you can see the Amazing Spider-Man free promos on their Twitter page. Okay, so the acknowledgments to fan outcries. The Spider-Man film starring Garfield has caused fans to flood the Twitters, which say the hashtag campaigns they want more Garfield. Because what's the thing, guys? Okay, so Tobey Maguire, he's like in his like late 40s, and you look at Andrew Garfield, he's like in his like early 30s, and we know Tom Holland's the young one. Okay, so you're saying if you think about it, having a 30-year-old actor playing Spider-Man, it's really not that bad. I mean, being 30 years old and still playing the role of Spider-Man, I still think that's no issue. There's no issue with that, y'all. But again, they should make Garfield more Spider-Man. Again, not just fans of Garfield's Spider-Man to reprise as well as Peter, but also we'd love to see the Amazing Spider-Man free. Yes, we want to open up if this right, though, Garfield said. Peter and Spider-Man are those characters all about the fan service. And they make the mucho money, y'all. The mucho money. Because they are actually now considered the third biggest entertainment franchise, next to Star Wars and next to Marvel. Okay, so again, Lost is deeply empathetic, but we try to follow Peter Parker ethical frameworks into this, and there is this opportunity to step back into time, and you're like, okay, we tell more about your story. What happens after? What happened after we saw Andrew the last time? You know, in the last time, you remember there was the time where, okay, you were going through a little bit of a depression where basically you lost your girlfriend, you lost Gwen Stacy. She basically fell down, and then Andrew tried to save her, but he was too late. Okay, but we want to try to build off that and try to do a different story. Okay, so Sony's originally planning to make more film of Garfield after The Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though most of their original ideas were scrapped until we know he came back to return and reprise in No Way Home. Okay, so The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 4 were spin-offs that are supposed to be centered on a Venom and the Sinister Six. But we know the second film had a weak reception. Plans had to get halted because it was rebooted in Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2016. Okay, so Tom Holland would love to see Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man free. I can also talk about that, but again, there's a lot of good shit on Comic Book Resources, guys. I recommend you go to Comic Book Resources and you read their shit. They got good stuff. They aren't called the top news site for nothing. Okay, so fans have also called out to Sony saying, hey, Sony, yeah, Spider-Man 4, can you make Spider-Man 4 happen? Because, Tobey Maguire, yeah, he was a lot old, though, but again, No Way Home. Neither film has received any official announcement, though, or word back, but more fans want to see Garfield over Maguire. But yeah, because Maguire's mostly, doing his own thing. He's got a family, and he's got a wife. But now, we know Sony's now busy producing more Spider-Man spin-offs like Morbius, which is coming off on April the 1st, guys. April the 1st is Morbius. And then also, sometime in October, we're supposed to be getting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And then next year is Part 2. And then also you got an untitled Madame Web film. Okay, that's not that bad. But Spider-Man No Way Home is currently set to HD 4K Blu-ray and your DVD platforms on April the 12th. Okay, so you want to know more about why Tom Holland wants to see Andrew Garfield Spider-Man free. Okay, I'll tell you. This was actually not too long ago. It's actually a month ago. But I'm going to still brush it up for you guys. Tom Holland would love to see Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man free. Okay, the new Spider-Man, we know Tom Holland, would love to see Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man free. He even quoted some stuff himself. Now again, MCU Spider-Man star Tom Holland says he would love to see Sony finally make The Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Garfield. Andrew Garfield, most notably. Okay, so ever since Andrew Garfield reprised his version in No Way Home, Sony has called in to finally produce The Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Garfield in his role. Apparently, Tom Holland's on board with that idea. Because, like I said, Holland's a really, really nice dude, and he can pretty much take anybody really well. Now, again, Holland has portrayed MCU's version of Peter and Spider-Man since 2016. Discussing his project with Garfield returning for his third Spider-Man film. Also, during recent appearances from Phase Zero, which is an online website podcast, you can see The Amazing Spider-Man 3 has to happen, Holland said. Okay, so Tom Holland wants his Spider-Man to team up with Charlie Cox Daredevil. Okay, that's something else I can talk about, but again, I already said I was going to also talk about how the Penguin from the Matt Reeves Batman is also going to be spinning off of Gangsters. I might go back and want to do that, and then if I come back, then I can do the Spider-Man teams up with Charlie Cox. If you guys want me to. Again, if you guys want me to, let me drop in the comment, y'all. I need to see you drop some comments. Okay, Phase Zero MCU from Twitter says Tom Holland wants to see Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield and the rest of us. Okay, just a little video clip of a riddle said by Tom Holland. Now, Andrew was able to kind of make his amends with his character in his studio after his second film had weak reception and he kind of went dark for a while. But okay, so following Sony and director Sam Raimi, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film trilogies ran from 2002 to 2007. Garfield only had 2 films, but he's reunited again, but his third Spider-Man film fell by the wayside after what happened in 2014. Okay, but it might make a comeback, guys. It might make a comeback. Okay, so Holland made his debut in 2016. We already know this. Again, he also did Homecoming, Infinity War, Endgame, Far From Home. Then he did No Way Home. This broke open the Marvel doors to the multiverse, allowing Holland to do his Peter Parker to join forces with former Spider-Man Maguire and former Spider-Man Garfield. Now, versions of their characters most noted. Now, Holland recently confessed he regrets not reaching out to Garfield sooner when he joined the MCU Spider-Man. But even though this worked out between them, they're still very close friends and close colleagues. Now, again, someone said to after my second movie he was done and my other kid was taken over. He felt heartbroken, they said. But you look back, we wanted to make things right and make things right again. So his film is an opportunity to not only have this opportunity to make peace with his character in the studio, but also opportunity it may have him and me have this moment where we realize we can share this thing together. Okay, so Spider-Man No Way Home was in theaters, but now it's actually hidden on digital and HD and 4K and Blu-ray and DVD on April. Okay, and I just told you that. Okay, so now again, guys, let me know your thoughts. It's really, really important that you know your thoughts because this is why I do the live streams. It's for you guys to actually drop some stuff down on the top chat, which is the chat room, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna go to our control history, and we're gonna go back to the penguin with the. Hold on, no, we gotta do this on a different window. Okay, I just realized. Okay, we gotta open up Delete Joker again, but we're going to that one where it talked about Penguin and the gangsters. Okay, we're going back. Okay, so I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. I gotta find it. It was halfway down the article. I know I found it. Where was it? Okay, yeah, HBO Max Penguin spinoff. Okay, you want to know more about the HBO Max Penguin spinoff? I can tell you more about the HBO Max Penguin spinoff. Okay, the HBO Max Penguin spinoff could bridge the gaps between gangsters and villains. Okay, Set to the world of Matt Reeves' Batman, the upcoming Penguin series can show us how Gotham City goes from grip to gritty to theatrical. Okay, this was a couple days ago. Again, spoilers for the Batman now in theaters. Now, if you haven't seen Batman yet, go and see it. It's really important. But there are doubts in doubling down regarding Colin Farrell and Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. They have curved when audiences a chance to witness the absolutely unrecognizable star from the classic Batman villain to Batman Reeves film. We know, following the scuttling of the proposed Gotham PD spin-off, also rumored to be on HBO Max. Now, Penguin spin-off is also on our streaming service as a unique spot to touch base on the branch between year 1 and 2 of the Penguin. Okay, so Gotham City in a world of gangsters and guns, the villains, and costume criminals. Okay, so Batman's legendary rogue gallery was introduced in 1940s, guys, 1941, to be most noted. Now again, the first major change to character occurred during Chuck Dixon's lengthy runs from his character, seen and saying, foretelling the legend, Oswald Cobblepot, transitioned from a villain twirling bank robber, emphasized Burgess Meredith's portrayal on the 1966-1960s Batman series, and again the crime boss hiding behind facades of legitimacy. Again, because his character has past affiliation with the Batman Rogues and Gotham's organized crime, his crime ring, he also gimmicky villain camps. Now, most noted, his future may take his character and positions him and sets him more in a character in the Batman. The cross-ground reality was more fantastic. Okay, so shift in Gotham criminal element and criminal underworld for the realism of Batman Year 1 to the second year of the Batman, and also followed up by Batman The Long Halloween. Now, you remember they did a Halloween movie of the Batman Long Halloween by DC Animated Universe, otherwise known as the DCAU. Okay, so Penguin series is expected to be in particular beats of The Long Halloween, which was the sequel to Dark Victory, which is also kind of seen as an underrated story. But it's a bridge between doors, and the way it feels organic to the world of Batman and films. Elaborated on the crucial beats and drops of Batman's world and the film and able to dig onto. Now again, organized crimes and crime rings and crime underworlds also run deep in Gotham, but the aspects are given the most briefest of moments and mentions to the film. If so, Penguin series could really explore that into the depth. Now again, themes of old versus themes of new. I've showed in Batman media most before, but the Fox series Gotham and the Dark Knight films have dedicated those series to give more time to play out and breathe through. Now again, unfortunate scraps of the Gotham PD in favor of the horror-themed Arkham series also freed up some doors and backdoor series for the Penguin to develop those elements without repeating beats or stepping on other people's toes. Now again, Penguin can grow by his reactions to change in the world, and series can focus mainly solely on him, without needing to flesh him out beyond becoming bitter, insecure, nasty man. And again, not a good or heroic lead, but is an underdog on the rise. Okay, so again, Batman people say proof spoiler Dark Knight was the best action Dark Knight. We're not talking about that, we're talking about someone else. Prior to Farrell, the basically contemporary takes on his Penguin were most notably previously mentioned from Gotham, even though it also starred Robin Lord Taylor as his character transitioned to a more grounded Gotham, the comic book fantasies, the wake of Thomas and Martha Wayne's death. Now we know that from basically the origins of Batman, guys. Thomas and Martha Wayne. Again, wasn't entirely accurate takes though. No, the trailer was exact match of the Penguin, but his version was an apparent issue akin to the Danny DeVito version from Batman Returns 1992. Now again, guys, 1992 is a really big important year because that was when Penguin actually did. Now currently, it does seem to be a recurrent idea of the character, the Batman animated series, otherwise I call it Batman TAS. TAS is a short acronym for the animated series, and pretty much anything basically growing up as a kid, TAS means animated series. Now, teams considered Penguin's mom is showed from a writer guild, guys, as you've seen, but it's dropped during the pre-production. Rather than attempting to make another Oswald Cobblepot and turn it into his character, they made this new idea where HBO Max can focus given more on his longevity. The dichotomy between the venue and gentleman deserves an acceptance of a bitter misanthrope is fodder for a great story. Says nothing of his expanded character upon to the outrageous, unsubtle world of Gotham City. Fable's version is a mid-tier boss on the verge of a big break. Okay, so, and by leaning into more outlandish aspects of his character in a world where the big threat is the man dressed like a bat and the old ways are fast coming new. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So now I kind of have to tilt my camera, sort of, so that way I wasn't catching too much of the TV break. Now, as you probably see right here, I have my Amazing Fantasy poster or my art or my painting you saw on my wall. If you saw the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man short on my YouTube channel. But okay, so I basically couldn't hold myself, so I had to use the bathroom. Okay, so again, guys, let me know your thoughts. It's really important. Again, don't mind me. I just had to pee again. Don't worry, guys. I use a now if I actually still have pee, usually if I'm too lazy to leave the room, I just use a iced tea bottle that I use for emergency. Okay, so again, guys. Yeah, so what we were talking about, yeah, we were finishing some Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff. Yeah, we were doing some Penguin stuff. We were doing some Matt Reeves Batman stuff. A deleted scene of the Joker. Okay, guys, so I'm trying to remember what was the other thing we were doing. Yeah, that's right. Let me catch my breath real quick. Okay. I think it was under. No, we don't want to leave the page. We want to open up another page. Okay. Oh my god. We're trying to remember what that other thing I was going to address was. Okay, so there was something else I said I was going to address before we move forward. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the other thing we said we were going to address before we move on is the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield says he's reportedly not done with Marvel. Okay, so this is kind of just a rehash again. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield reportedly not done with Marvel. Okay, this is just a revisit from December 21st of 2021. Okay, there are spoilers from the Spider-Man No Way Home. Rumors have said Andrew Garfield is not done spinning webs as Spider-Man. Release of Spider-Man No Way Home has fans clamoring on the bit on returning the previous generation of Spider-Man. Again, distinct possibility that this wish can come true. Insider Daniel Richtman has again shown resources and research to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, posted tweets saying Garfield might not be ready to put down his web slinger yet. Again, Andrew will come back, or he might come back. We don't know. But again, Rickman's wrote it that he made no mention if this revival of his franchise for a separate project. Again, people on Twitter say Andrew Garfield is their favorite Spider-Man. Okay, hear me out, guys. Again, you have all your different opinions, so let me know who your favorite Spider-Man is. Andrew Garfield made his debut in 2012. Again, the reboot from the Sam Raimi, which finished in 2007. Now, again, the film performed well, again, the first one, but the second one was kind of underrated. But again, we know disappointing performance of Amazing Spider-Man 2 was many of the weird factors the franchise did not continue, and it was in a hiatus. Now, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man was kind of in a hiatus or went dark after 2014. And then basically the ongoing shift to the company upper management. That's not nothing to note about Spider-Man though, but again, it was the upper hand of management. Now, again, ended up being delayed to 2016, but then it was pretty much saying in the deal where basically they were going to visit it later. Despite his rough history, Garfield's portrayal of his Spider-Man was believed by fans after rumors to resurface the Raimi and Webb takes of the Spider-Man might take appearance in No Way Home, which they already did take appearance in No Way Home. Data has revealed this, guys. Again, Data has revealed this. They've earned the most positive tweets of versions of his web swinger. The most noted, the standard petition for Make the Amazing Spider-Man Free a reality. Amazing Spider-Man Free might be uncertain, but we don't know. Tom Holland wants it to happen for Andrew Garfield. The Queen-based superhero Spider-Man No Way Home is now in, or was in theaters. Yes, keyword was in theaters. And now it's going to be hitting DVD soon. Again, that's just a little bit of a rehash. Again, so yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying. So now we're cleared up with Batman and Spider-Man stuff. Now we're going to be doing something else. Okay. Now we are going to be going back to CBR, open a new page of CBR, and we are going to be doing some other stuff. Now, since I just used the bathroom in mid-between Rift, and I had to catch base on Batman, deleted scene of Joker, possibility of the Penguin spinoff, the Andrew Garfield return, and basically just following up with Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, I finished those things, so now I'm going back and I'm going to do some more things. Again, I'm doing more things, guys. I'm not just centering those on those. Now, again. Okay. Alright, so we're going. Again, you want to know something really cool, guys? I can tell you something that's really embarrassing, but also really cool. You want to know something that's really embarrassing, but also very cool? Okay, so Lego has this new Star Wars set, which is recreated the iconic original trilogy scene between the films of New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, Lego has announced a new Star Wars set recreated an iconic scene from The New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Again, alright, so you want to know the celebration of the original Star Wars? Yes, Lego is celebrating the original Star Wars trilogy with brand new diorama build sets. 3 new sets have been surfaced on the web, guys, all over the internet. 3 new sets on Lego from 1977 and 1980s. The New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back has now unveiled announcements by the Lego company. The first of those is a 665-piece Lego Star Death Star trench run. This is detailed to be rumored at $59.99. You can have fans recreate the Darth Vader unforgettable pursuit of the Luke Skywalker during the moments leading up to the destruction to the first Death Star. The next set on the list is an 802-piece LEGO Star Wars Death Star trash compactor diorama. This also saw Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia, and Luke Skywalker all noted the near-death sequence, making this the most famous Star Wars scene from New Hope. Again, one of the most famous scenes. This larger LEGO set is slated to be somewhere estimated around $89.99. $89.99 US dollars. Yes, US dollars, everybody. Again, now, you want to know more? Okay, so fans want to recreate Luke training with Master Yoda to a massive 1,000-piece LEGO Star Wars Dagobah Jedi training camp. This set retails around an estimation of $79.99 US dollars. Now, we created several iconic moments forgotten from The Empire Strikes Back, and also I told about New Hope. Now, again, Luke uses his force to lift his X-Wing from the depth of the putrid surrounding swamps known to Dagobah. Dagobah! Yeah, Dagobah. You know, Dagobah. Alright, this three sets continue the LEGO long-standing partnership with Star Wars brands and Lucasfilms, which have began their partnership in 1999 and were currently set to expire in 2022. Although LEGO partnership with Disney will see Star Wars themes continue beyond this point, previous rumors say that Star Wars diorama sets have included recreation of scenes from other films from that franchise. Now, LEGO has released more recent news and diorama sets portraying the fan favorite moments of both Mandalorian with Pedro Pascal, Din Djarin, and the Book of Boba Fett, Tamira Morrison, also having some ideas on sets too. Guys, there's going to be sets on those probably too. But if I find news on that, I'll let y'all know later. Again, fans get to really become part of the Force all over again, with these new orders coming as soon as March the 24th. Yeah, this was yesterday, guys. This was yesterday, and now we're on the 25th. This was, again, hot news off the truck, y'all. Hot news, y'all. Hot news by official online service on LEGO. Yes, LEGO Star Wars Death Star Trench Run, and the Trash Compactor, and the Jedi Training Camp. Yes, all those are now going to be pre-ordered. You can pre-order them. You're exclusively also on Walmart. You can go to LEGO's website or you go to Walmart. All three of those sets are on sale, guys. They'll go on sale on April the 26th. Not March 26th, April 26th. Okay, guys? Alright, so this was news that was confirmed on March 24th, but the sets will go on sale. Yes, they will go on sale at the retail price I've noticed in US dollars on April the 26th. Yes, okay. You want to know more about what's going on with the Crucial Legends character in The Mandalorian? Yes, this is something I wanted to catch base with you on. Christopher Lloyd, yes, Christopher Lloyd is going to play a legend character in The Mandalorian Season 3. Yes, Christopher Lloyd, the Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, he's going to be joining the Star Wars universe in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Yes, this was some 6 hours ago. Hot off truck, y'all. Mandalorian has done lots of work in expanding the Star Wars universe. For the third season, they're bringing an iconic actor, Christopher Lloyd. Yes, he's playing a mystery role. Yes, a mystery role. There's fans on this tailspin of theorizing who he can be, his character, and how it affects the upcoming season. Early announcement of his character, Lloyd's star, his quality, has made many fans expect his character to be more significant. One of his theory was that he would be an important character to the legend canon as someone from the universe. Horus K'Both. Horus K'Both was a main character in the Heir to the Empire series. Now, this trilogy of novels focus on the adventures of Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie from the aftermath of the Empire fall. Now, again, written by Timothy Zahn, these books were introduced also the Rebels villain we know, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Horus was originally a Jedi Master to the final day of the Jedi Order, but the heir to the Empire's legend said he is the clone to the Jedi that have been driven mad by isolations of years. Horus is an egotistical, powerful dark side of the Force. Above all else, he's desired to be an apprentice to pass down his knowledge to do so. Again, guys, alright, so Originally, Haraz desired to train Han and Leia twins, but this was later adopted in Mandalorian. Din Djarin could also discover Haraz in the ruins of Mandalore, where most people notably resumed his return in Season 3. Even though he's an Imperial Remnant clone and facility, Sabath also knows that Din and Grogu. He then became obsessed with this idea of training Grogu, and Din may not know this, but again, this would allow Haraz, Sabath, to travel into time and then train Grogu, where Sabath begins to get out of hand, and again, in his hand, the help from Ahsoka and Luke. Again, those are other Jedis we've seen. Now, in books, Haraz is then basically eventually killed by Luke, but it's more noted he will be changed and altered. Now, again, not altered in a bad way, but then Ahsoka will also confront C'baoth, and then we'd see Haraz C'baoth then keep ties to the Throne and the Legend canon. Disney could use this to further set up the Ahsoka series. If Din Djarin calls on to Ahsoka to help deal with Haraz C'baoth, we've seen they could gain more intelligence about Thrawn. This can have been doing so, and by giving his secret character some training to Grogu, and offer up news on Thrawn's activity to the great ways of progress to the story of Grogu's story, and also continue to set up upcoming spin-offs. Okay. Pedro Pascal explains how much he loves Grogu. Again, if you want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. So this ancient person, his introduction will be an explained possible appearance to the Mandalorian Season 3. Recent rumors say the elite Praetorian Guards will also appear. Again, those guards, the Praetorian Guards, were last seen in the commands of Supreme Leader Snoke. They also have contingents of those guards, since the Force-sensitive clones, again, can be earlier stages in experiment that created Snoke. Therefore, also similar sets of these guards, the Praetorian Guards, yes, the Praetorian Guards, which will later took place right after the Imperial Guards, but you have Praetorian Guards. Now again, Christopher Lloyd is experienced though, but again, his ancient history of sci-fi is the perfect look to play his mystery new character. Fans would be delighted to see his character return to a big screen cinema. Again, we know Christopher Lloyd will bring tons of skill and talent to Star Wars universe and history, and his character playing perfect for him. His appearance to set up many plot lines to the series and even tie the Mandalorian to the events of the sequels, guys, the sequels. Now, while his story may slightly alter and change, this might not be too bad because his original appearance to the era of the Empire, fans may be thrilled to see his legacy character return to canon. Mandalorian is now on Disney Plus now. You could also watch Book of Boba. Again, you want to know more about why Pedro Pascal loves Grogu. I can tell you. Okay. Alright, for catching more up on Star Wars and Mandalore. Again, alright, so Pedro Pascal explains how much he loves Grogu. You want to know? Okay, actor and star Pedro Pascal artfully claims why he loves Grogu, Baby Yoda. I can tell you. This was from a couple weeks ago. And Pedro Pascal explained just why he loves Grogu, aka dubbed Baby Yoda. Again, he asked whether his character had the unbearable weight of massive talent that he loves Nicolas Cage more than he loves Grogu. But that's an impossible question, because not even that can be competition. Because the question to the question is, okay, so he loves Nicolas Cage, but then he loves Grogu. Okay, so alright, guys. So, over the course of his two series, we know Din Djarin cares deeply for the Force-sensitive Grogu. He was initially dubbed as Baby Yoda back during his run and would be the would-be Jedi. Originally a bounty marked for Mando, this tiny creature immediately hit the storm. Again, effects on the stoic gunslinger Din has saved Grogu from the droid assassin IG-11. He then rescued him, and the Imperial remnants were placed to original boons. Again, alright, so this team between Din and Grogu have become a temporary end to Season 2, which later had the basically time travel, and they took that into an effect, and then between the time that you had Season 2.5, Season 2.5 was Book of Boba Fett, which was supposed to center on Tamir Morrison as Boba Fett, but it was mostly underrated near the end. Again, all right, so the bondage between Din and Grogu is very strong. Very strong. Now, so of course, Mando had the checkup on the little Jedi to be training on the Book of Boba Fett. Now, eventually, Grogu made his decision to leave his training to return with Din, setting up their adventures in Season 3. While many details have been confirmed, the season will happen, guys. Season 3 is happening. Yes, it is happening. Din and Grogu will, again, assuredly have more adventure together. Pascal has also next be seen the unbearable weight of his massive talent, also premiered from April the 22nd. The actor has also taken on the role of a character from the Last of Us series on HBO Max. That's also filming and has yet to premiere as well. Okay, guys, alright. You want to know more about Star Wars history and Star Wars news? I tell you more about Star Wars news. Now, since I kind of span off of this a lot. Okay, so Star Wars Boss discusses Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Mandalorian crossover possibility. Again, this was also a couple weeks ago. Yes, lots of cool shit, guys. Lots of cool shit. Now, again, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Mandalorian take place in different Star Wars era. Therefore, Lucasfilm president also discussed the likelihood of crossovers. Okay. Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus has intersected these storylines of Mandalorian. The next question is, will Obi-Wan Kenobi crossover? This is what the series director and president has said to this answer. We know the Lucasfilm's president, Kathleen Kennedy, she's a really laid-back person. Yes, she's a really laid-back person. She points out the Book of Boba Fett took place between the different era of Star Wars, the Penn series. Also, the Penn Watson series, guys, here at Lucasfilms. Although the falls within the Mandalorian timeline. Kennedy has also spoken to Entertainment Weekly, which is a very trusted news site, a news place. The Mandalorian takes place approximately 5 years after 1983 Return of the Jedi, where though as Obi-Wan Kenobi occurs a decade before this in the 1977 Star Wars Episode 4 The New Hope. The time difference equates to roughly 18 years. You want to know the math? It's 18 years. Again, Obi-Wan biggest moment to the most surprise return. But again, that's later. Later maybe. Again, Obi-Wan Kenobi director has said the upcoming series has a different path to history to draw near. The strongest connections and contradiction issues to the prequels says that because there's a lot of characters coming off of this, there are stories that are started. So again, we pen script them here, guys. So then we really go in the prequel and the most connected to our series. The series leans pretty heavily on the prequel trilogy with Hayden Christensen returning as Anakin Skywalker, although we know he also returns as Lord Vader, as seen from 2005 where he basically hit the storm. Now, returning, we also see Luke Skywalker, adoptive parents Owen and Beru Lars, and then some other people from the Revenge of the Sith, and also rumored people from the Attack of the Clones of 2002. Again, okay guys, so while the prequel serves some fertile ground to upcoming show of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is coming out on May the 25th, because that is the official day of the Star Wars, we know draws this past animated series connection, Rupert Friend, which has been a friend of who's cast as the Grand Inquisitor, the Supreme Jedi Hunter, who's appeared in Star Wars Rebels. Other Inquisitors were later introduced in Rebels, but he was among them the fifth brother of Inquisitor. Again, featured in Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Sung Kang. Again, alright, so Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trails and reveals young Luke Skywalker, but how big his role is going to be. Again, we could do more about young Luke Skywalker when more Obi-Wan news surfaces. But we're just going to focus on what we're doing right now, okay? So Rebels takes place a few years before The New Hope, which also puts another question where the crossovers with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and Star Wars timeline, guys. Star Wars timelines. Okay, so means the upcoming series will serve as chronological appearance of the Inquisitor to the small screen. Again, alright. One character can directly connect the Mandalorian to the Obi-Wan Kenobi is Ahsoka Tano. She is a former Jedi Padawan introduced from Clone Wars under the trainage of Anakin. Ahsoka left the Jedi Order after turned up not only in Rebels, but her live-action debuted in Mandalorian, played by the famous girl Rosario Dawson. Now, again, additional to her backstory, the Mandalorian main antagonist or protagonist. Also, we know Din Djarin, played by Pedro Pascal, directly also tied him to the events of the Clone Wars by extensions of the prequels. Yes, the prequel trilogy, noted, guys. So Obi-Wan Kenobi will premiere on May the 25th. Obi-Wan Kenobi will premiere on May 25th on Disney+. Again, let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts. It's really, really important that you share your thoughts. Really, really important. Again, guys, I'm going to probably wrap this up. We're almost an hour. Yes, we are almost an hour. So, again, this is pretty much a Talks of Dan comic book resource combo. We are almost doing like a mega long article discussion. We are almost like we're doing a mega long article discussion. And we're also kind of doing a late night video. And Talks with Dan and comic book resources combo. Okay, so alright, so I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna turn my back real quick and I'm gonna see. Okay, so I'm a little bit halfway through the montage of Heck of Kurt Cobain documentary. Again, so I'm gonna turn that off real quick. I'm gonna be talking about a little bit more. Yes, I'm gonna talk a little bit more. And then after that, we're gonna wrap it up after we reach an hour. Hopefully we'll do this as a late night video, a Talks with Dan. Also, we're doing this as a comic book resources discussion and all that other cool stuff we talk about on here on channel Daniel Hutchins Comic Book Universe. Again, guys, we're going back to comic book resource exclusives. Yes, we're going back to comic resource exclusives. Alright, so alright, we want to know more stuff? I'll tell you more stuff, guys. There's lots of cool stuff. Okay, everyone, you want to know more? I'll tell you more. If we can find some stuff, I can tell you some stuff. That's how the thing works. Yep, that's how it works. Again, so alright. So you want to know more about Oscar Isaac? Yes, Oscar Isaac. He's going to have his Moon Knight series. Yes, Moon Knight series. Again, we know Moon Knight is going to be coming at the end of this month. The end of this month, we'll have Moon Knight on Disney Plus with Oscar Isaac. Yes, Oscar Isaac is playing Moon Knight. He does dual voices on the new upcoming debut on Disney Plus. Oscar Isaac Moon Knight, also known as Mark Spector. Okay, so upcoming Marvel Studios series Moon Knight, which we've talked about slightly on the channel. Oscar Isaac has tricky task of portraying dual selves. Similar to the comic book inspiration, Mark Spector, his dissociative identity disorder, which is a disorder, guys, and in from his series and comics, we see he met one of his alter egos, the easily baffled Stephen Grant. Early on in development, Isaac has committed to giving both selves distinct voices. Now, during the Moon Knight press event from Comic Book Resources attended, Oscar Isaac has mostly explained why he's doing a voice of these Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. He's included bringing a family member to the set. He hires his brother, yes, his brother and friend, Michael Hernandez. He's a good friend of his, and again, a brother to him, and comes in to basically share to him as the other me. He shared, that's the closest thing that's ever come to Earth. He said, down to Earth, my brother is a cool guy. So we put him into the Marvel Universe world. He then comes in and is like, okay, we either play Steven or Mark. He can do the accent and everything. He does both. Yeah, they do both. Again, okay, so they're really helpful to have someone in your family of the same blood, same DNA play this off, they said. Something we don't anticipate too much in the Marvel Studios. And it only comes in the rare times. Now, again, explain first. We try to block them out, but again, my brother noted, do some notes, do some scenes. We'd be like, okay, we switch off characters. We would figure this out. We figured this out as brothers, y'all. We figured this out. We'd be like, okay, because one of them is not as fun as the other, the opposite person has to do the opposite person. Yes, yeah. So spontaneous happening you did not expect. There's also really opportunities and surprises you'll see in the Mark Spector series, and we know Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac. Now, again, we see this try to find and make a superhero feel spontaneous and not only planned out. It is also very challenging. Okay, so in January, there is an initial synopsis revealing the series is tackling how Spectre and Grant will discover his dissociative identity disorder, created by Doug Monench and Don Perlin. This Marvel vigilante has struggled with his mental illness. Yes, mental illness. It's a big thing in the USA. Lots of people in the US have mental illness, guys. Mental disorders. Yeah, mental and dissociative disorders are integral parts to his characters, guys. In comics, Moon Knight persona has been linked to his trauma as a mercenary, in times to the Khonshu, which are gods of Egypt, that have resurrected Spectre. Again, although unknown how the show will approach his comic origin, because Moon Knight was basically big back in 1980s. His comics were really, really big in 1980. Now, if you read Moon Knight in 1980s, you probably know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, he's probably a little too old for you. Some of you younger people probably don't know who Moon Knight is. But some of you old people, you probably know. But we'll keep going. But Disney Plus series will contain positive messages about mental health. Yes, mental health. Because it's all around everyone. All people around the U.S. All across the United States. There are lots of people who suffer with mental health. Wherever we'll put in their direction in the universe is all time ultimately good and uplifting. We have positive messages about mental health, they shared. Okay, you can step into the reality bend world of Moon Knight on March the 30th. Again, guys, let me know your thoughts. I think it's really cool. But again, y'all, I really think it's really cool. I'm going to try to respond to this person who's in the chat room. I briefly mentioned that there was new Lego sets spawning off the celebration of the original trilogy that can be pre-ordered on Lego store website. And okay, so I just had responded to someone in the chat room. Now, if you're active and you're watching this, I just responded to this person saying, anyone selling? I said, I believe you mentioned that there were new Lego sets spawning off the celebration of the original trilogy that can be pre-ordered on Lego Store website and released to Walmart in April. Okay. The new sets will be based off the original trilogy scenes which included the Darth Vader Luke chase in trench, trash compactor, and also Dagobah Yoda Dagobah Jedi train. All can be found Okay, so I just responded to Xeon Comics, who actually is basically was on my group chat. He said, anything selling from the news. I said, I briefly mentioned that there were new Lego sets spun off the celebration of the original trilogy that could be pre-ordered on Lego Store website and released in Walmart in April. The new sets will be based off original trilogy scenes, which included Darth Vader, Luke, Chase, and Trench, the Trash Compactor, and also the Dagobah Jedi training camp. All can be found easily. Okay, so I hope that has answered some of you guys' question about if anything was selling recently. Also, I want to also tell you that Spider-Man No Way Home will also come to DVD and digital 4K Blu-ray sometime in the USA in April to all local storefronts. Okay, so I also just responded back in the top chat. I said, also tell you that Spider-Man No Way Home will also come the DVD digital 4K Blu-ray sometime in the US in April to all local storefronts. Okay, guys, we are going to be wrapping this up pretty shortly. I'm just going to just kind of conclude this and say, okay, so if you guys have any other questions while I'm doing my top chat or my group room during live stream, don't feel shy. Please ask me questions. I'll answer them to the best of my ability because I'm most knowledgeable in this stuff. And again, you have a really, really, really great day, and I'll see you guys in the next videos later. Bye.